Hey, yes, guys, I'm excited to be here again. This is King Luther on Comment Section Podcast. Well, you see that for some days now, maybe probably like weekend, some days, I've not done anything. And that's because there's just going to be some changes in terms of what the podcast is about. Maybe for some issues like copyright and all that. Basically what I initially used to do on comment section is that I go to post, read through the comments, and want to talk about what people's view in comment section, what they think, and what's going on there. But apparently, I think for some reason I don't want to put in a whole lot of work, and someday somebody comes crashing down all I have done. So for that reason, basically just going to be a switch completely. It's still going to remain the comment section podcast, but I'm going to be doing things differently. It's just going to be about my comments and maybe your comments and your reaction. But purposely, it's just going to be me, just commenting, having my own views on whatever is viral, whatever is out there, whatever you want me to talk about, else, be it relationship, be it sport. I'm just going to be talking about things in general, share my views with you, my opinion, and give advices when I can, only criticize when I can also. So, this is what comment section podcast is just going to be. The name is not going to change. I still want you to subscribe. I still want you to be part of this. DM me with whatever you want me to talk about, and I'm just going to talk about it. There'll be more things happening. Sometimes I may have guests coming to the show that I'll have to, have conversations with or interview in terms of one or two things. No limit to what we can do. This is the comment section podcast. We're just going to be out there to entertain you guys, encourage you guys, inspire you guys, and advise you guys. That's what the show is going to be about now. So I'm just going to be sharing today with you a story of mine, something that happened to me some years ago that actually, I would say, helped shaping me to the kind of person I am today. In terms of social gatherings and all that. Not basically an introvert person, but having fun. I like to do in my space. When I'm indoor, I can go crazy, 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 crazy. But sometimes I do love to go out, but I think I'm basically that kind of person. I don't like going out with with expectation. I prefer going out with assurance, knowing that this is what I'm going to do out there. I'm still that kind of person also. When I get to a place and maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes not even up to an hour, I'm tired already. I just want to go to the next place because I easily get tired when I sit down at one spot and the same vibe and everything going on. Now, I'm not a party spoiler, but I just want to, that's just the way I'm built. So today, guess what? I'm going to be sharing a story with you. Like as I said, that I think probably it is shaping me to where if my spirit doesn't want me to go to a place, no matter what you do, I won't go. So my story is kind of like way, way, way back. Okay, I can't really remember. Maybe I was in my early 20s or mid 20s. I can't really get it. But it was back then. I had these friends who were were like they were Lebanese. Our houses were kind of like around the same neighborhood. So just about some few work and all that. We'll walk there, we'll sit together. This particular day, for some reason, I just went out of the house. And when I got to where like we used to gather in the neighborhood and do all our stuff, and they just said we're traveling to Port Harcourt. And I'm like, to Port Harcourt? I've never been there before. That was then. And what are we going to do? To say that there's a club in Port Harcourt that we need to go to. I said, what? A club in Port Harcourt that we need to get to? And my home, my dad is very strict. I'm from a Christian home. My mom and my dad, like, if you mess up, they will bombard you. And I have lots of sisters who are senior to me and all that. So I was contemplating that I was just still being a bad boy and between a good boy and a bad boy. But I wasn't bad. But when you're amongst your friends, you don't want to be left out when they are doing stuff. Like, you don't want to come out there and start looking like one that is still a mama's boy or something. You want to act like a big bad. At 22, 23, just want to act like you've got your stuff, you've got yourself going. So it's all right. I didn't tell anybody at home the decision I took. So I made up my mind I was going to go with my friends. So I rushed back home, get one or two stuff, changed my trousers, and looked sharp. So we're going to a club. And I think there was Sammy also, another very good friend of mine. We've been friends for very long and we're still friends till date. We were like maybe 8 to 9 guys, just hot-headed guys. Fortunately, I think two of them has passed on now. So rest in perfect peace. Very nice guys. The Naja family, they were very nice guys. You know that kind of friend group in the area where you guys are just excited to meet each other every day. Like we roll every day. Every day we squad together. We did all together. Crazy, crazy stuff, but we were just all together. And we decided that okay, we should get on the trip. And there was this fine bus that came, AC tight and all that. And the next minute you see drinks, stuff being packed into the bus. Yeah, we were set for the trip from one city to another state just to be in the club that night. That was our mission. So we're leaving from Wari to Port Harcourt to go to a club in Port Harcourt. You were just with your peers, your men. At that time, you fear nothing. We're just vibing. Eventually, we arrived in Port Harcourt, and particularly they had this guest house or some like a company guest house in Port Harcourt. When it was ninth time, we decided to start getting prepared because the main mission, you know what it is, we have to be at the club. We also met some other guys there and we all together, and everybody cannot enter one car and all that. So there were different mobility, for us to get to the club. So that's how we got to the club. Some people were just in group, and we flexed on the club party. It was a place I've not been before. So it was like that for everyone. We're just going crazy and all that. And when it was time to leave, we grouped ourselves. I wasn't too sure, but we're just about 4 or 5 guys together. So we came out and we were looking for how we could go, and just a taxi just came in and picked us up. In the night, about 3 a.m. to 4 a.m., just as we were about to take a turn, we just saw the police people. Now, immediately we saw the police people. I noticed that the driver of the taxi was so uncomfortable. Why would you be uncomfortable if you've seen the police? It was trying to reverse another. And the next thing was just all kind of rowdy, rowdy, rowdy. And boom, police just surrounded us. Come down from the car, come down from the car. Everybody down. Like, bro, in less than a minute, yeah, everywhere was on fire, hitting us with batting. I was hit straight on my head with a batting beam, like twice. Go down on the floor. They were just police. What's going on? What's going on? Not them, not them, not them. We've been looking for them. Looking for who? I just left Warri to come to a club in Port Harcourt. So who be not them? What's going on? Not them, not them, not them. Guys, this one I'm telling you, we're on the floor like this, kicking, hitting us. The next thing we saw, it looked like, it was going to be taking us somewhere to rob us. So that particular driver of the taxi was a wanted guy. Okay, so I don't know if they got some stuff from his taxi or anything, but that's how we were just rounded up and they took us to a place I would never want to be in my life again. They took us to Mopo Base 19, if I'm still correct, in Port Harcourt. Scary. Just as we were entering the place, I just turned to my right. I saw with my eyes where I don't know if those guys were already, maybe they were already sentenced to death. And I was broken. I saw when they just, about 2 or 3 guys, I saw them shooting, killing these guys. They were just straight shot on them, pop, 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 killed. Like 2 or 3 guys or so. Immediately as we were entering, my heart sunk. It was like a military police headquarters, Mopo Base 19. I don't know. It was just crazy. And that's how they threw us in the cell. There's no kind of prayer I did not pray that day. My family didn't know I was there. I didn't tell anybody I was even leaving town. They wouldn't even allow me, for God's sakes. Like, it was crazy. And early in the morning, they called us that I think the commander also was calling us and all that. And we came to the commander's office and we said that we were there and they were asking everybody questions and all that. They were just routing my friends, they were already calling their mom and making some kind of connections, trying to see what can be done, calling this, calling that. But we're being interrogated. And when the guy got to me, he was asking me some questions. I was just telling him that I showed him my school ID card, then that I just left, we just came to Port Harcourt today. This is my first time of being in the city, and all that and all that. I don't know anything. We don't even know what's going on. So he was asking us individually. I think the guy asked me what tribe I was then, and I told him my tribe, and he kind of like, I think whether he was same tribe with me or his wife was same tribe with me, and that's just how we started talking. So he had a good conversation with me, and he tried to understand. So he was asking me personally, did your family know you're here? I said, no, my family doesn't know I'm here. So why would I do that? So at the same time he was advising me, that kept me a bit comfortable for a while, but it was crazy. So, but they wanted to be sure if we were not, you know, involved with this guy, apparently. So after a while, making calls here, everywhere was just scattered. You can't even tell what's going on. I was scared, so scared, because what I'd seen, on life in three people, that was the first time I've seen somebody being shot by a gun, being killed by gunshot. And it was crazy. It's not something I want to experience anymore, and all that. So we were just there. The commander asked them to bring the taxi driver, and the taxi driver came in. And immediately he came in, they started interrogating him, asking him questions and all that. And when the big question came, they asked him that, do you know these guys? God be praised. And the taxi driver just said, no, he doesn't know us. That's, I think he had in mind he was going to rob us or something. So it was then that the commander and the people, they started telling us like how this guy has been wanted for some crimes or so. And you know, by the grace of God, I'm here today, and that's how we're released. And when that happened, what that said, it was just crazy. What kind of decision that I left Warri without telling anybody to Port or to party? It didn't make sense, and all that. It was crazy. So it was just a grace of God that saved me, saved us from. If the guy had just walked in and said, yes, he knew us, and because maybe body the paper or something, I just say he knew us, I think that would have been a different story entirely. And what would I say? What would be the explanation? If they say we came there to rob, everybody will agree because you didn't even tell anybody where you were going. Well, before I make a decision to go somewhere, I tell people, no, maybe the people around me, I always tell them that, you see, that event, it helped molded me to who I am today. I always say, I'm just comfortable in doing the things I want to do. Once my heart tells me to do it, I do it. If my heart says don't do it, I don't do it. So generally, it's just been God's guidance and all that, and He's been faithful all through. So tell me on the comment section that experience that has shaped you to who you are today, or traumatized you at one point in time, or still traumatizes you. You can DM me also with that, and if it's okay, we're going to talk about it. We just want to inspire, we want to advise, we want to communicate, we want to share. That's what the comment section will be about from now. So that's my own story. And sometime I'll also bring a guest on the show that we can also vibe and, just a vibe, just keep vibing and all that. That's what we'll be doing on the comment section podcast. Have a nice day and see you some other time. Peace. This is King Luther.